Hello. Welcome to day 4 of the challenge or the invitation. Today we're talking about going beyond the veil, going beyond the mask, going beyond everything that we have put on to be us, instead of really just being us, especially when talking with people and interacting with people. See, what we tend to do often is to put on these airs when we talk to certain people, adapting to who they are, or really trying to fit in or to give the impression that we think will be something more than just an ordinary interaction. And you know what? The only thing ordinary about an interaction is when you are putting up a veil or a mask. Now, what's the difference between a veil and a mask? Well, that's a very interesting topic, and not only we'll go into that a bit more. I'm doing a telecall series on the 7 steps to flawless communication, and also on how to relate with others in business, how to relate with others in your personal life, and also with your body. But what I'd like to say for this invitation today, this challenge today, is that there is something that goes on, some mechanism that takes off when we begin to put on a veil. And I'd like to invite you to notice that. Notice when you are going into character. Notice when you're falling into the scheme of other people. We can sometimes notice in our friends, right? When we're doing a party or when we're having a cocktail and then somebody comes in, there's something that changes in our friends. There's something that sort of turns on and you almost don't recognize them. There's just a moment before you don't recognize them and you choose also to jump in to a mask, a role, a veil. Sometimes that can be with girlfriends, I've noticed in the past, when a cute guy comes in. And all of a sudden you're talking to your girlfriend, everything is fine, you guys are being you, right? Being your girlfriends. And then a guy comes in and all of a sudden she becomes this femme fatale and only is talking to him or is only talking for him. And you're like, hey, where'd my girlfriend go, right? Notice when that happens with people. Notice when that happens with you. Something comes over you and, hi, how are you? Oh, I'm so fine. Thank you so much. Or the sexy person who's like, oh, oh, that's so clever. Or the intellectual who's telling you about a book that they wrote or something really important. Or the cultural thing that's like, hey, I'm American. How are you? I'm so fine. Thank you. Or what is it? What is that veil? What is that mask that you put on that isn't you? So this is part of the 7-day challenge, obviously. The first 2 steps were about connecting with who you are. And these second 2 steps, steps 3 and 4, are about disconnecting from who you are not, right? So going beyond the veil, going beyond the mask, is about recognizing when you are being you or when you are putting on a mask or a veil, right? Sometimes we put on the mask, which is prefabricated, right? It's one of those faces I just showed. And sometimes the veil to sort of play with the lighting and sort of not be seen exactly. That can be fun too. And notice when you do it. Notice when you make that shift, those seconds before you make that shift, what goes on for you. And ask if that's actually going to be a contribution to the rapport with the person. Again, sometimes it is. Sometimes that's exactly what's needed to make them feel comfortable. But going beyond the mask and going beyond the veil is about recognizing that that's not who you are. And so you may do that to facilitate an encounter with someone. And what would it take for us to actually, sooner or later, come beyond that and let us be seen, right? So notice that there's something almost chemical that comes up in your body when you are, it's a rigidity of a structure, right, that is replacing you. And the real secret of this is, if you are putting on a mask or a veil, are people really relating to you? Or are they relating to that mask? Are they relating to that veil? Are they relating to that structure, that self that you've put out in front of you that really isn't you? So your invitation, your challenge for the day is to notice, not only with you when that comes up, but also when that comes up with other people. And just as an interesting point of view. Now, again, if you're alone and you don't have people around, you can, if you're watching television or if you're thinking about something that scene that went on where, you know how sometimes you say, oh, I should have said this, oh, I should have done this, right? Notice at what point during that interaction, either someone else or you put on the mask or hid behind the veil. Have fun with that, and I look forward to reading your comments about this. It's a bit of a, not a tricky one, but it's a subtle one. But it's so loud in people's universe. So have fun noticing what veils, what masks come up during your encounters with others. Have a great day. Look forward to reading your comments. Okay, bye.